surprisingly for me, he decided to fight. We know Vasily Lomachenko decided to not take the fight against George Kambosos for all the belts. Instead, Devin Haney took that opportunity. In the case of Usyk, he did take the opportunity to fight against Joshua, or really gave Joshua the opportunity to fight against him in the rematch for those 2 belts. Or is it 3? 3 belts. I think it's 3, right? Anyway, I don't think that matters. I think heavyweight action is like no other. Anthony Joshua suffered his second defeat against Usyk. Of course, you remember that Andy Ruiz Jr. defeat. Trying to make another comeback now, this time around in Saudi Arabia, man. Saudi Arabia. This fight will be on the DAZN. The last odds that I saw was Usyk -200 and Joshua +170, which is pretty close. And I'm sure those will change as we get closer, but those are just the latest ones I saw. The fight is scheduled to begin 9 a.m. Pacific time, and then the main event should start around 2:15 p.m. Pacific time. So, yeah. Chris, you have any hot takes this time around?
Any hot takes? Usyk is going to cement himself as one of the best heavyweights of this era when he takes out Joshua. I am completely convinced by now that he's going to knock him out. Like, he's filled out to the heavyweight, pedigree. He's already beaten Joshua. He knows he can, outbox him and TKO him. He's going to knock him out. I don't see, and he's going to cement himself as the best, not just because he beat Joshua twice, but Joshua usually comes back even better the second time around. He is this type of fighter that is able to, just get better on that rematch, and Usyk is still going to have the answers. Usyk by TKO.
There you go. So I think there's some different things to consider in this fight. Usyk looking heavier. Amir Khan in a recent interview out here telling all the secrets. He said he spoke with Usyk, and and Usyk told him that, yeah, he's about 30 pounds heavier than he was last time out. It's going to be interesting to see if he keeps that weight, if he adds to that weight, if he loses weight, and we'll find that out, obviously, during the weigh-ins on Friday for us. But, yeah, I think the Usyk, the much better boxer, one of the top 10, top 5, top 3 pound-for-pound fighters in the world. We'll see. Look at him right there. You can see the little belly and everything. Now looking like a real heavyweight physically. I think, obviously, if we're going with common sense, I think you'd have to say Usyk wins. As a boxing fan, I like Anthony Joshua to win and then to get the trilogy going. Because especially if Tyson Fury retires, like I said, like I started off my statement before, heavyweight action is like no other. So I like to see these guys get it on again. I like to see Anthony Joshua win and them to have a trilogy because I don't know if Tyson Fury will come back. His birthday was this week or last week, and he said he's retiring for good, reiterated that statement. So there's nothing else right now in the heavyweight division, let's be honest. There's not much there. These guys are the 2 biggest names right now with Tyson Fury out. So, yeah, that's my take on this, and we'll see what the final result is here on the poll as the live chat is going on. So I'm going to try to catch up.
I find it funny that you brought up Amir Khan sharing all the secrets, but at the same time, I'm not surprised. I know he's had a little bit of beef with Joshua in the past, so I mean that's hella funny right there. Amir Khan dropping the secrets on his country mate. But man, this is gonna be a great fight. I know Joshua. We know that Joshua has brought in Robert Garcia. I probably would have given Joshua more of a chance if camp was done over here in Riverside, away from distractions, away from his from his friends, from his people. But from what we know, Robert went over there and did camp out there for So I don't know. I'm not fully convinced in Joshua, but it's going to be a heck of a fight. I know they're going to have a great game plan, and if if there's anybody to offset Usyk, is the Joshua 2.0. But again, Usyk is just going to be too talented in that. Too talented. And I think that performance is going to bring Tyson Fury out of retirement. I think Tyson Fury is going to be glued to the TV. He's going to see what Usyk is going to do this night, and he's going to be taken out of retirement. And hopefully we get a clash for the ages. But one step at a time, and this is going to be a great fight.
Brian says, finally, Chris says something smart. Talking about the Usyk prediction. RX Speed says, nah, he finally just made sense. Makes him sound smart.
Brian is on a hot date. His girl's birthday. He doesn't know what he's saying. Go back to dinner, Brian.
AJ only came back better once, and that was canceled by Andy Ruiz coming in fatter and unprepared. So there's no real...
I like that.
Let me finish, Chris. So there's no real proof that AJ comes back better after he lost. Yeah, it was only one fight. I don't know how you can consider one fight proof, but just sticking to this fight and the undercard. I did want to mention a good friend of ours, Sizzo. He's from Saudi Arabia. I believe he's of Saudi Arabian and Egyptian descent. He will be making his pro debut on this fight. He trains with Buddy McGirt. He trains out of that gym, and the strength and conditioning with our guy Andy Aguilar Mark. So he'll be making his pro debut on that undercard. I know he's been trying to make his pro debut for a while. Fights have been canceled, postponed. So it finally looks like he's going to get in there. So shout out to Sizzo if you guys catch that undercard. And also Callum Smith is supposed to be on that undercard, and Badu Jack.